Hey guys, and guess what? The BookTube-A-Thon's over. That week went really fast. I said I had 5 books I wanted to read, but I would have been happy if I'd read 3. And I read a grand total of 1. Ta-da! Yeah, like I mentioned in my introduction video about what I was going to do in BookTube-A-Thon, real life did sort of happen, and there's some other reasons why I didn't read so much, which I will link down below, namely that I went and saw about 5 films in the cinema this week. My other love clearly took over from books this week. I did read Two Good Thieves by Daniel Finn. Like I said before, I have attempted to read this book before and I only got a few chapters into it. It didn't really hook me. And this one basically did take me the whole week to read. Possibly I shouldn't have started with this one, so if I started with the Meg Cabot book, I'd probably read that in like 2 days. But yeah, this one I did find really hard to get through, but I was so determined that I was going to finish this book and actually read it, so it is done. So yeah, here's what I think about Two Good Thieves by Daniel Finn. Two Good Thieves is set in a Latin American city. You're never really kind of told which one, and they live in the barrio, which is sort of the slums of that city, and they live there and they are thieves. It's sort of a bit like kind of Fagin with all the Artful Dodger and the pickpockets, in a sense, because there's a woman, Faye, who takes in kids and teaches them how to be good thieves, and if they don't become good enough, or she finds out that they've been telling tales sort of thing, she kicks them out, and that's their life. The 2 thieves are called Baz and Demi. Baz is a girl, and she, to me, was one of the only redeeming features of this book. It's told from her point of view, and she has a lot more sense than her partner in crime, Demi. He is unbelievably loyal, which is obviously a good character trait, but he's loyal to a fault, and then that gets him in trouble. Whereas Baz, while she is loyal, she also looks out for number 1, but not in a mean way, and she also looks out for Demi and people that she does care about. It's the story of these two, Demi and Baz, and how everything kind of goes a bit wrong after Demi steals a ring from a rich woman. They've got the police after them, they've got the sort of shady men, the sort of more like mafia type people after them, and everything seems to be going wrong, and the barrio isn't quite a safe place anymore for 2 thieves. The characters aren't very old, they're children really. There's some action bits in it, but I just couldn't find myself connecting with any of the characters really, so therefore I couldn't find myself enjoying the story that much. The writing style's quite simple, it's clearly aimed for more children. I think I'd give Two Good Thieves 3 out of 5 because the world it's set in of the barrio and the slums is very vivid, and it's clearly a tough life, but at the same time I couldn't really connect with any characters, and I just found it very awkwardly paced and therefore hard to read. Two Good Thieves, 3 out of 5, and the one book I read during the BookTube-A-Thon. That being said, I did enjoy the BookTube-A-Thon. I was following on Twitter, and the reading sprints, that got me actually reading this book. And obviously because the 2 moderators aren't British and not in my time zone, their reading sprints would probably be at like midnight, which would be the afternoon for them, but that'd be good for me because I do a lot of my reading at night quite late because I end up staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning for no good reason. And the reading sprints did help a lot. That's probably the only reason I got through this book, because of the random reading sprints. Just having that connection to Twitter and seeing how well other people were doing, even though other people were on their 3rd book while I was still like only barely a third away through this one, it made me think, no, if people are reading this, I'm going to read this book. If there's one book I'm going to read and actually finished in this BookTube-A-Thon, it is this. If you were stalking my Twitter and not seeing any updates, then that was probably why, because I only read one book. I did enjoy the BookTube-A-Thon. I'll definitely take part again and hopefully read a lot more. I hope all you guys who took part in the BookTube-A-Thon did fantastic and met your targets or even beat them. I'd like to say thank you to Ariel and Raylene for setting up the BookTube-A-Thon, because it is a lot of fun. I liked how it brought the communities together and seeing everybody's videos and how Twitter sort of exploded with BookTube-A-Thon. Yeah, so thank you.